our next guest is promoting the two-part Jerseylicious reunion special on the Style Network titled Jerseylicious Wild and Untamed. She hosts the reunion where there are plenty of catfights and tears. Part 1 airs on Sunday, May 8th and concludes Sunday, May 15th, right before the Season 3 premiere of Jerseylicious. Vivica A. Fox joined the show. Vivica, how are you? How did you get linked up with the Style Network in this show?
And Nick Perez. So they thought that this was a good opportunity to warm me up to kind of the hosting deal. And it went so well that not only did we get a part 1, we also got a part 2.
Huh. Now, what do you think of the new wave of New Jersey fanatics and people being, sort of obsessed with the whole Guido culture?
Well, it's just like everyone's loving Jersey right now.
Right?
It's kind of, it's interesting. But you know what I love about them is that they do not apologize for how they're Jersey fabulicious. But what I found with these guys is that they're people that they believe in family, and they just sometimes butt heads, just a little bit. The girls, there was definitely a lot of hair throwing and hair pulling and tears and all that good stuff.
Right.
But then there's also a wonderful love story between Frankie and Gigi, and how, they eat dinner every night with their family, with their mom and dad, and I found that to be really touching to me. So there was a lot of surprises, but they love being from Jersey, and they're very proud of being from Jersey.
What do you think sets Jerseylicious apart from all the other, New Jersey-style reality shows? Like obviously the Jersey Shore, there's the Real Housewives of New Jersey. What sets them Jerseylicious apart?
Well, the thing that sets this show apart is that they're stylists. So, they deal with, can you style? What's the latest? So it's kind of a little bit more fashion and hairstyling more than at home and the super cat fights and in the jacuzzi getting drunk and throwing up on people.
Now, I read, again, that you have your own emotional breakdown on the show. Is everything okay?
Oh, no, I'm absolutely fine. I'm engaged right now, and to see Frankie and Gigi go through their thing, it really touched my heart because they're really torn on whether to stay together or to break up. But you could really see that they love each other. And then I can't give away it all, but the family comes on, and it just got really emotional, and it was really surprisingly touching as far as I was concerned.
Huh. Now, you did mention you just got engaged. That happened in December, right?
Yes, it did.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Now, you're arguably, one of the prettiest ladies in Hollywood. How often do you get hit on when you're just out and about, roaming the streets? I mean, I imagine it has to happen every hour.
Good question. It happens, but most of the time it's usually fans just walking up and saying, "You're a pretty lady. I really admire your work," or, "Wow, you're better looking in person than I thought you would be." And, things of that. They're always nice compliments, and then everybody looks down and sees the ring on the finger and keeps
Does anyone ever try to seriously spit game at you? Like, hey, I think I can actually do this here.
Yeah, that does happen, and then I guess that I just put up that big old 8-carat ring, and they're like, "Okay."
All right, let's take the ring away. Let's assume for a second that you were single. What would be the best way to approach a famous actress? Let's say you're sitting in a Panera or something, just enjoying your lunch. What is the best way for a fan or someone who knows of you to walk up to you and try to spit some game?
Well, I think I'm just like other girls. I mean, to send over a drink, or something like that, or offer to buy lunch or something like that always makes you go, "Whoa, who's that? And who's offering to be nice to me?" So if you come with an attitude of gratitude, that's usually going to get you in a little bit quicker than just walking up trying to drop some line or say one of my lines from my movies or something really corny. That's going to get you the wave of the hand. Like, stop it right there.
All right, well, let's get into your acting career. One of, the movies you were in, that's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, Independence Day. Great movie, but all my life I've been terrified of aliens. And I was wondering, what is your take on aliens? Or are you scared of them? Do you believe they exist? And did that movie help or hurt however you feel about them?
I definitely do believe that they exist. I definitely believe that there's another being that's out there from the different planets. And starring in Independence Day just enhanced it for me, and how we're not the only ones out there.
Right.
So I'm very proud of Independence Day. It was a movie that grossed $800 million worldwide, and it was my first film. So it always holds a really special place in my heart. Am I scared of aliens? Heck yeah.
Right. They're terrifying. They're absolutely horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, they can just kind of get that little finger at you and stab you.
I didn't know that was your first movie, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, how wild was that? And to sit in a movie theater and when I saved the kid, the dog, and the first lady for them to clap was like, whoa.
Now, you started in TV, obviously, but you're more well-known for your movies, I would say. What do you think is more fun? What do you find more enjoyable, doing movies or TV?
Well, and lately I've been producing a stage play, which is my last week out with Brian McKnight, called Cheaper to Keep Her. We're going to be in Texas this weekend.
Awesome.
So I just really enjoy doing a good project more than anything else. I love television, I love making movies, and then I love being on stage, as long as it's a quality project that I can be proud of.
Now, you played a ton of characters with some, pretty funny names in your career. I think in Batman and Robin, you played Misbehavin'. Booty Call, you play Listerine. Slammin' Salmon, you play Nutella. Do you ever get a script and say, look, I'll take this role, but you guys are really going to have to do something about this name?
No, you don't get the liberty of doing that. I mean, maybe if you're starring in it, but most of the time, the name that's assigned, you just learn to love it.
Slammin' Salmon is a hilarious flick. I think it's incredibly underrated. Those guys, Broken Lizard, they're hysterical.
I know. They're so wonderful. And then a chance to work with Michael Clark Duncan was really off the chain, too, which we have another project that's going to be coming out directed by the very talented Robert Townsend called The Discarded Boys, and that's starring myself, Michael Clark Duncan, and the very talented Loretta Devine.
Did you find yourself having a hard time keeping the giggles in? I mean, I imagine it had to be almost impossible to keep a straight face on that set.
We laughed. We did lots of laughing, but I'm going to tell you the hardest movie that I ever had to film, and I literally had to bite down on a napkin not to laugh, was Booty Call.
Really?
Yeah, with Tommy Davidson and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What is that like, though, when when you have to keep a straight face and there's a lot of pressure on you, and you're like, oh my God, I better not laugh. Please don't laugh here.
Yeah. Sometimes on stage with my play, which is with Karen Molina White and Brian McKnight. To laugh sometimes in front of the audience, I'll break. But the audience loves to see you laugh and enjoy yourself as well, too.
Okay, cool. Well, Vivica, I know you got to go, so I'll let you go. Thanks so much for the time. Again, she is hosting Jerseylicious Wild and Untamed Sunday, May 8th and Sunday, May 15th. Thanks so much for the time, Vivica. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Check it out. You guys will love it. And then we're going to have the season premiere after this part 2.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
All righty.